talking and references the broom and things like that. But she asks Judy to do the laugh for her. And I want you to hear this. This is what I heard at 7 years old.
Are you going to let's go right now?
Very soon.
Have they got your broom?
No, I don't. New York broom called the Boss.
Oh, darling. Well, now, what is the show?
The show is Come Summer. It's starring our old friend Ray Bolger.
Oh, well, what's he doing?
Well, he's doing a lovely New England character in it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I missed you.
Well,
You're my favorite witch.
I better be.
Well, I think you're everybody's favorite lady.
Well, it's lovely to see you, dear.
Well, come back.
I hope I can.
Yes, indeed.
Take care.
I will indeed.
And thank you for
Yeah,
letting me
just
come
do
see
that
you.
wicked me.
That's how she turned it on for me, and I was... Tell from the audience reaction.
Bye. Give Ray my love. Bye.
I love that sweet little goodbye Judy says. It's like, for a second there, she's Dorothy again. It's amazing. Anyway, I felt that way sitting in the chair and having her suddenly turn that laugh on me. It's very exciting. She's here. She's behind me.
Hey, Maggie.
So the very last thing before I was whisked away and she went on to meet the rest of the people that were waiting outside, my mother came in the dressing room, probably because she heard the laugh and said, "What's going on?" No, she came in to get me, and she said, "I don't have any pictures here to sign, but I'll send you one. Just give me your address." So my mother did give her our address in Kansas, and she said, I'll send you an autographed picture. And just a couple of weeks later, I got the first of what ended up being several autographed photos from Margaret Hamilton.
Paul Miles. Anybody?
I have a question.
Tori.
So I'd like to share a little anecdote. I went to see The Wizard of Oz in IMAX 3D when it came out for the 75th anniversary. And at the end of the film, when Billy Burke says, "You've always had the power to go back to Kansas," there was a dramatic reaction from the audience. People actually stood up, threw their concessions at her, and called her several names that I cannot repeat in front of an audience of mixed ages. So I'm not sure if this is born of that Wicked fame and of that looking at, sympathizing more with the Wicked Witch character. But a lot of people have pointed out that if we're looking at Oz as a political place, that Glinda in the film put this foreigner into the middle of a war, and I was just wondering if I could get both of your perspectives of the current popular culture idea of these two witches and what you guys think about it.
If you don't tell her, I will.
Evil goes first. My take on that, first of all, is that I think she sums it up when she said you've always had it, but you had to learn it for yourself. I think what matronly, parently type people do is they set us on a journey in life, and we do have to learn it for ourselves. We do have to learn what is home. We do have to learn we have to find our own brains, our own heart, our own courage. And that's not something that can just be handed to you. And I think, again, what Grant is saying about how wise Glinda really is and the fact that she bookends the story, I think, to me, it's a very important lesson. And maybe people are throwing things at the screen saying, no, they want it the easy way. You don't get the easy way in life. You do have to learn it for yourself. And you do have to find home within you and yourself. So that's my answer of it.
For myself, I cry at that scene because it is the culmination of a learning process for Dorothy, and I have ever since I was a child. I still do. Glinda, in my book, I point out that Glinda, all the other characters have doppelgangers. The Scarecrow, the Tin Man. There's no Kansas doppelganger for Glinda, but I think perhaps in the sort of inner workings of the MGM mind, Glinda was the sort of the spirit of Dorothy's deceased mother, because Dorothy had no guidance. She was, when you read the novel, I was just telling Paul, we were talking about it earlier, and John. That the first few pages of the novel, the descriptions of Kansas are harrowing. It almost put me off reading it. It was so, the grayness and the dryness and the death. And this is what this little girl is living in. Where's her mother? She's got this auntie who's, not really that nice. She's a crusty old farm woman. And even the men around her seem kind of cowed by her. And Dorothy's first vision when she comes to in Oz is this beautiful woman who's old enough to be her mother and who is maternal in every aspect, who protects her from the witch the wicked witch when she comes at her. Mothers, at least at one time, didn't just hand you everything for free. They expected you to learn lessons from life, and that it's not a quick fix world or an instant gratification world, and that if you're worthy, if you're worthwhile, you're worth going through the struggle and the journey to reach wisdom, which, as Paul beautifully said, is that home is within you. So I feel like this is why I say Glinda she's very important to the film, and it's so easy to think that she's just the, sort of funny little lady who appears once in a great while, but she's not.
And I think you see movies with a rotten bunch of people. I'd not go to that theater anymore if I were. You're better than that, Tori. Anybody else? For Grant? Yes, Emma.
Glinda actually says you never would have believed me.
This is true, because she
had to learn.
Who's ever sat at the knee of an elder and been told the same thing? I have. I would have told you this, but you wouldn't have believed me. You wouldn't have believed me. You had to figure it out for yourself. It's happened to me. So my gut instinct and my experience of it is that that's what Glinda is, and as such, she's not really the cardboard cutout that she is in Wicked, and it's so easy to make fun of that, and that's so unfair. Wisdom is sacred. It's not to be made fun of.
And Glinda in Wicked may be publicly kind of a scatterbrain, but she really is very, very solid in her thinking one-on-one with Elphaba all the way through that film. Show.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Fricky is
Thank
old.
you.
Mark?